What up world, this your homeboy WordPlay TJ, and I'm back with another video for you. This time around, I'm going to show you exactly how to register your works with the MLC. Stay tuned. So, all right, first I want to start off with a disclaimer. This tutorial is only for individuals in the United States that have access to the MLC.com. I'm sorry, I don't know how other countries handle this type of thing, and so you're gonna have to refer to those experts. So if you're watching this video and you don't know why this process is important, I want you to stop here, go and watch my video about the MLC. Also go watch my video about black box royalties, where you can understand a little bit more about collecting your royalties and why it's important to register your songs correctly. When you're watching those videos, you'll also get an understanding of how to register with the MLC, and you'll learn that if you have a publishing administrator, you probably have these registrations already happening, and you just might need to register with the MLC in order to update your catalog and make sure all of the works are correctly being accounted for in your catalog. So let's go ahead and jump to the computer, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways where you can register your works. So the first tool that we have to claim your works is called the claiming tool. And so you can use the claiming tool in order to search for your works and then claim them in order to build up your registrations. So the claiming tool says enter up to 5 criteria in the search fields below to locate works with unclaimed shares within the public database. After locating the work you'd like to claim shares on, you'll be able to edit writers, publishers, recordings in the next step. So I'm just gonna search for work that I have registered. All right, so here we go. So we have a bunch of unclaimed works from my publishing company. So we have Feels Good. It was written by myself. Clay Cooper was a collaborator on that song, and I released that song back in 2013. So I'm gonna click claim. So here's how this works. This was originally published by CD Baby Pro. I have since taken this album off the web. I might put it back up in the future. But it's not on streaming services. It's only available on Bandcamp. And so in order to change these claims, you want to adjust any of these publishers here. Obviously, On the Map Entertainment says 0, but then On the Map Entertainment is listed below again. And so that counts for my part of the registration. CD Baby Alpha gets the other part, and then I can add other publishers if necessary. So the maximum amount of claim should be 100%. And so I'm gonna hit next. They were the original publishers on this, CD Baby and On the Map Entertainment. It's not really the case anymore, but I'll keep rolling just for the example. And so in the next portion, I want to link the writers. So the writers are myself and Clay. And it says, linking writers to publishers helps us make the collection between which the writer's work is associated with the publisher and link a writer to a publisher. So basically, we want to make sure that the writers are credited in the correct way. So I'm going to hit next, and then I'm going to hit claim. And then by clicking claim, you confirm that you wish to submit this claim. Click back if you prefer to double check your submission one more time. So this example is not 100% correct, and so I'm not going to actually claim this right now. I'm going to work on this a little bit later. So the next tool that we can use is called the individual registration tool. And so let's say I'm working on a song right now and I want to create a new work. I'm going to go ahead and use the wizard instead of the form because I'm more of a first-time user in this situation. So the work title, I'm working on a song called Feel Something. The duration, I think it's like 3 minutes and 40 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Copyright registration date, I'm gonna say I'll put it out by the end of the month. copyright registration number. I don't have this. I don't have an official copyright registration. You have to do that on the copyright.gov website in order to make that happen, or use a third party to do that. Member work identifier. This is optional as well. ISWC, you usually get an ISWC when the song is completely registered with ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC. Alternate titles, I don't have any alternate titles at the moment. And then I'm gonna make sure that all the things that they need are in this situation. Oh, they need me to change the duration format. Here we go. So I'm gonna change that. And then I'm going to click next. So writers involved. Right now, I'm the only writer, and it says search for an IPI number or the writer's name. I'm going to search for my name. I have my IPI number. Your IPI number comes from ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. L. Johnson. All right, so we have 3 separate registrations for my name in here. Obviously that's a little confusing, but my IP number is attached to here. So I'm going to add myself as a writer. I'm going to click next. My writing role, before I finish, I'm the composer and the author. I did the music and the lyrics. If you're just the author of the lyrics, then you'll choose this. If you're a composer, that means that you did the musical parts. And then you can move from there. So click next, and then I'm going to select a publisher. So my publisher, On the Map Entertainment, I'm going to add. So now that a publisher is added, I want to go ahead and add the shares. I'm the only publisher at the moment, so the shares percentage must be 100% and cannot exceed 100%. So I'm going to click next. This is the part where they want me to connect the represented writer. So I'm going to click plus. I'm going to click myself as the writer. They're going to want me to associate recordings, but this is optional. This is not recorded yet, so I'm not going to associate a recording at the moment. I'll hit next. And then they want me to review this, and then I can save this for later because I'm not ready to submit this just yet. So the last type of registration is called the bulk registration tool. And what you want to do is you want to download this template in order to upload this file so you can upload many works. In my situation, I have about 150 works in my catalog, and this will hold up to 300 works. So if you have a lot of stuff, this is for you. So I'm going to download this and I'm going to open this file up. This requires Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets in order to handle this. So as you can see, when you open it opens up to a directory of definitions. So they give you what all of the cells mean in the actual registration part of this spreadsheet. They also have title type codes and definitions, and they have writer's role codes and definitions for your reference. So I would use these bottom tabs to make sure that you are doing it correctly, but I'm going to show you quickly how to do a single registration and then a registration with multiple writers. So here we go. I don't want any of this information in here, so I'm going to go ahead and select these, right click, and I'm going to hit delete. So all of those cells are gone. And the other thing I like to do in order for me to kind of control my spreadsheet a little better is I like to select a cell next to where I want like the spreadsheet to be able to show this bar all the time. And I want them to show this portion of the spreadsheet all the time. So I just click this cell. I'll go to view. I go to freeze panes, and then you can click freeze panes in order to have it where you can scroll it to the right, and you can scroll it up without and still see this important information for your work. So I'm going to start with a song that I wrote myself. So everything with an asterisk is required for you to type in, but I would recommend that you fill in as many of these cells as possible. So I'm going to start with a song called Someone Else's Dream. The MLC song code, I don't know. The member song ID, I don't know. ISWC, I can go find that. Let me look it up really quick. So I'm gonna go to the ASCAP database, look for the title of the song, Someone Else's Dream. There it goes. Here we are. Someone Else's Dream by me. So I expand this. Here's the ISWC. So I'm gonna copy this. Go back to my sheet and I'm gonna paste this. I'm gonna do a special paste like this, right click, special paste. AKA title, there are no AKA titles for this song. Writer's last name, Johnson. Writer's first name, Terry. Writer IPI number, I have that here. So even though the writer IPI number is not required, I recommend that you add it in anyway. Writer's roll code. So let's go back to those roll code definitions. I am the composer and the author. So this is going to be CA. Go back to format, CA. MLC publisher number. I actually know this one. So I'm going to copy that. Publisher name. I'm going to do this in all caps. Map Entertainment. If you have a cell like this and it just doesn't, it kind of stacks the letter, you can select the entire cell, double click on the edge or double click on the edge and do that. You can also go to home and put it where you don't wrap text. Publisher IPI number. I know this as well. This usually comes from ASCAP. Administrator MLC publisher number. That is usually like TuneCore or CD Baby Publishing Administration. If you know those numbers, you can add them in. I'm not worried about that right now. Collection share is required. So for me, this collection share is going to be 100% because I'm the sole writer and author. Recording title, again, Someone Else's Dream. Recording artist name, WordPlay T, J-A-Y. Recording ISRC code. So the ISRC code always comes from your distributor. And I have an ISRC code from when I distributed the song. And then the recording label on, whoops, supposed to be in all caps, on the map music group. Still can't type. And now I want to do a song that myself and somebody else wrote, just for the example's sake. So I'm going to take a song from the same album, a song called $100. The ISWC, I don't have that off the top of my head. I'm not going to look that up right now. I'm going to add myself as the first writer. Johnson, Terry. Have my writer IPI number. I am the composer and an author because I wrote both of the music and the lyrics. All of this information up here, for the most part, I can copy. So I'm going to copy those cells, paste them. Collection share. This is a 50-50 split, I believe. Let me double check. No, this one is a 60-40. 60-40, here we go. So I'll do my 60 and then recording title, $100. Recording artist name, WordPlay TJ. I'm gonna make sure in the field definitions that I don't need to add the featured artist. It says just the name of the artist of the sound recording, and the primary title doesn't need the featured artist as well, so I can skip that. Some registrations do need the featured artist, so be sure to pay attention to that. Here's the ISRC code. And then on the map music group is the label. And now I want to go back and I want to add the other writer. So Westbrook is his last name, Brandon, his first name. I'm going to include his writer IPI number. I know that from my records. And he is an author. He wrote some lyrics. He wrote a verse for this one. In this situation, I don't know his publishing company. And so his publisher name, I'm going to put unknown. And then his publisher IPI number, I'm going to also, I have to put something. So I'm going to put NA. You'll see in a second that this is going to cause a problem in the system, but it is what it is. And all the information down here, like the recording title and all this other stuff, you can skip, because when you have multiple writers on one song, you want to skip a space. So you want to have some spaces down here, and then you would do like next song right here. That way all the writers are listed, and so you're going to have a little gap between each song if there are multiple writers. All right, so what I want to do is I want to save this file, and I'm going to go back to the MLC website. I'm going to browse for this file. This is in my downloads. I want to make sure that the file is closed before I upload it though, and then open. And then you want to click upload down here. It says you're almost done. One work is ready to submit. One work still needs a little bit of attention. So I'm going to click continue. The work that needs attention is the ones that I put NA on. So let's resolve some errors. It says that NA is an invalid IPI number. Obviously, I know that. I can't handle that. I can't deal with that. I can't do anything about that. So I'm going to click edit. We're going to edit this. The IPI number is required. I'm going to try and see what I can find on the repertoire. In this situation, what I think is best is just to copy the artist's IPI number and try it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit next. Shares are still good. Represented writers. So I'm going to add myself. And then I'm going to add Brandon. And you want to do that to the correct publisher. Hit next. And then once you're done, you want to go ahead and save it. Again, I've already registered this, so I'm not going to actually save this in the process. I'm going to close this, and I'm good to go. So that's it. That is how you do your registrations for the MLC, whether it is a single registration, it is looking it up with the search tool, or it is bulk registration. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I appreciate you watching this video. Be sure to share this with somebody that might get something out of it. And until next time, it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ. Peace. And when I wake up, take me home now. Every day I'm staring at the phone now. Yeah. Okay. 3 months gone, hanging on messages. And only adults know what the